home, even in your driveway or right at the curb, people are probably going to wonder, what the heck is that guy doing on his bike? It's nothing gross. It's just to get you to think about your body position on the uphill and the downhill. Okay? All right.
Does this have a red dot?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that mean you're recording? Hey!
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Okay, so we're going to go down, and again, find your line. You'll need to go back. There you go. Okay, so
That felt good.
think about what that felt like when you are coming down. Going up is different than going down. Going down is a little more tricky. Did you feel like your weight was too much over the top of your handlebars and you felt like maybe you could go back a little further, or did you feel like you were okay?
I felt like that was good.
Okay.
It felt okay.
Okay. And same
That was
thing.
fine.
Okay. All right. So, and that's another thing is whenever, because I know a lot of people, especially in coaching, they're like, oh, well, practice makes perfect. Yeah, well, you're going to do it all wrong, and you're going to get in the habit of practicing bad form, bad behaviors, all that. So whenever you come out and you have, you got Mr. GoPro over here to where he can record. It was one of the things I did in volleyball, basketball, and track was that I would use a recorder and we would record our athletes as they were going through, a hit or a serve or high jump, long jump, whatever. And it was so that they could see themselves. And then that way, as a coach, you can tell them, here, I'm going to stop this, and this is what happened here. This is why you didn't get over that bar the way that you should have. So, by practicing perfect, I know everything's not perfect, but as close to perfect as you possibly can. When you come back out, you're going to know when your body is, ooh, that wasn't right. I need to adjust this way or that way. And that's what I mean by self-coaching. Okay?
Yep.
We good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll go ahead and go up. We'll Stargazer's just right here, and then we'll go ahead and cruise over. We got a couple of climbs over here, so practice. Make sure you know what gear is which as far as where you need to be on a climb. And then we'll just cruise around, and then we'll stop probably about the midway point. So if you're familiar with Stargazer, you know where all the little teddy bear cholla are all packed together.
Oh.
Midway. You're probably going, what the heck is a teddy bear cholla? They're those little fuzzy cactus, yeah.
That one.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll do that, and then just kind of think about what you're doing. What are you doing right? What feels good? What do I need to improve? What do I need to work on? And by asking yourself those questions, that's going to help you to self-evaluate and then to work on those things next. So try not to work on too many things at one time. Pick one or two things that you're going to work on every time you come out. And then once you've done that,
Number one.
and then once you've done that and you've mastered that, then you can go on to the next things and the next things and the next things. Okay? You ready?
I think my seat's too low.
Yeah, it is.
I was having difficulties.
So there is typically, do you have a line on yours, on your seat post? Because there'll be a maximum and a minimum. I can't even see. I don't have my glasses on.
I don't know what
that's
that
way
says.
too tall.
That says min.
So, okay, so anywhere between there, you're going to be better off, and I would go a little lower, just, okay, right there. And make sure it's centered on. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Darn those seat posts. It's also a good hack where, people get their bikes stolen and all that, but I have a note, like in this bike and in my other one, so that in the event that it's picked up by the police, they can ask me, well, how do you know, or how are we going to know that that's your bike? We'll take the seat post off or remove the grip, because there's inside, I put like a Ziploc bag with my identification, stuff like that, and then I rubber band it, because that rubber band keeps it in place and it doesn't allow it to slide back and forth inside the metal. So if you just have little things like that, if you can't afford like the new GPS thing that they can put in there, like OnStar,
Yeah.
OnStar, hey, I just stole a bike. Then that's some of the things that you can do. Even money and tools. So, all right, let's go. Otherwise, we're gonna be out here yakking.
No, you first.
Oh, that.
So remember, the bigger the gear, the easier it is, and the quicker your pedals are going to go around. So by using your thumb, you'll be able to pick up that higher
Hey, look at them. Whoa. Did he crash?
I'll let the water go by. You want to move over, move over, move over, move over, move over. You gotta, hey, whenever we stop for another rider, if I can get you to move as far to the right on the trail as possible, because you'll notice it doesn't leave him much room to get by, okay?
I'm gonna walk it up.
Did you get your granny gear?
Huh?
Your granny gear? It's the largest gear. The larger the chain ring, the easier it is for you to climb. Okay, those are your climbing gears. Okay. So it does get a little steeper right here, just past the saguaro, then it levels out. Okay. If you guys have to walk it, that's cool. And sometimes, you know, if you're not familiar with the trail, by all means, walk it before you go out and ride. If something tells you, hey, I don't know what's on the other side, get off your bike, look at it, walk down that hill, turn around and look up, and see if you can find a safe riding line. If something tells you, nah, I'm not going to do it, don't do it. Okay, don't be a hero. I'd rather you guys be safe than sorry. So get to know, you know, the terrain of the trail. If something tells you, I can do that, but not that part, then get off your bike, and nobody's going to make fun of you for walking. We do it all the time. Okay? Cornering. Make sure y'all get some water, and I'll get some here in just a minute. Cornering, it's almost like, you know, whenever you're cornering and you're kind of going downhill, and then you got that up, that downhill is really good to get up out of your seat and then just kind of shift back just a little bit, because you know your front wheel's coming down like that, and by shifting your body back just ever so slightly over that back wheel, it's going to keep you from feeling like you're going to go forward, especially when your front wheel makes contact with the uphill portion, because you know that if you're moving really fast and you hit something, your body's momentum is to what? Keep going forward. Same thing with those turns, okay? So I know it sounds like a whole lot. I'm just planting the seeds. If you go, what did she say 5 minutes ago? It's okay, you can ask me later. Okay?
One thing, we ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And like coming into some of those turns, if you look straight at the far point of the turn, you're going to go right into it.
Mm-hmm.
And at least for me, so I try to, if you always go where you're looking, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with
So-
racing vehicles. Your car, your vehicle, your motorcycle is going to go where the eyes go. Same thing with the bike. Yeah, and people have their technique for turning. I know that if you're on a, well, I don't know how it is on a dirt bike, it's been so long, but just on a regular street bike, you know, you turn with the bike. You know, here, you don't turn because you're going to wash out. You know, that's why working within the cockpit, getting up out of your seat, and I'll demonstrate this before y'all leave so that you can practice, you know, if you're not already familiar. But I mean, you do it on a dirt bike anyway, where you're coming up, maybe, you know, and you allow your bike, you know, you pivot your bike between your legs here and your body's still upright, or, you know, you're working with the bike, you're making it your friend and putting in as little effort as possible, because all you're really doing is just steering the bike. I mean, you know, okay, there might be a little more, but but it's kind of the same thing with the mountain bike. You work within that cockpit, get up out of that seat, move it around, you know, to the left, to the right, then lean forward, lean back, sit down, stand up. That, you know, that's being flexible within that cockpit. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Well, let's wait till she comes down and then we'll...
Biker.
Bike's coming down. And can y'all think of anything that might have helped her to know that... A bell. Okay, and slowing down. Did they slow down at all for her? No. And I bet you anything she'd have felt a lot better if she would have heard them. Sometimes people wear earbuds. That's a completely different beast. But it's always nice to give them a heads up, slow down, make sure, you know, some people are going to look at you, some won't, and you just, hey, I'm on your left, and you go by real slow, and then you blast.